Okay, just pulled out this tub. Boy, I'm so close I can't even catch it. Just pulled out this tub of toys from the basement. What do we got on here? Bagged action figures. I guess this must have been when I was doing my shows back in the, I guess, 90s. Late 90s? Mid 90s. This would all be mid 90s. There's some really neat looking old stuff in here. It's all bagged. So when I say bagged, it's bagged because I didn't want people to touch it at the shows I was doing. Kids, you know, you touch some nice toys. They're all in nice shape, so the idea was to protect them from people touching them and the person that really wanted it. There's a lot in this bucket, but I've got buckets and buckets down the basement. And there's just tons. I mean, buckets to the ceiling from one end to the other in the basement. Lots of Star Wars, lots of G.I. Joes. There's some really neat stuff in here. I wouldn't even know where to start looking at some of it. Hey, he's got some weapons in his. And back then I bagged everything. I bought the machines and I bagged them all. There's some Chuck Norris there. I know most of the figures. I'm not really Captain Planet. I know a lot of the figures, where they belong and all that. And looks like a little Ghostbusters there. Could be wrong. I'm not even sure now. It's been a while, so long. And there's a lot of these guys in here. These no-namers, man. Oh, there's some good stuff in here for that. That would be stuff like this. Kind of looks like He-Man, but not quite. It looks like wrestlers, but not quite. They're like knockoffs. They're very cool. But there's a lot of interesting stuff like that in this bucket. This guy here still got his cape, got his hat. Well, everything's good on him. He might be needing a weapon. And that's the thing, too. I got tubs of weapons down the basement. Just weapons. Tubs with just weapons in them. It's hilarious. There's a little Spawn there. Yeah, a little, what's that, Hercules? I'm not sure. Could be Captain Planet again. I know most of my action figures. I did it for about 25 years off and on. I had 2 toy rooms, solid wall to wall with shelf after shelf of Star Wars, Thundercats, He-Man, you name it. They're all there. In somewhat of a bit of order. There's some Pirates of Blackwater. I forget now. Jeez, yeah. It's been a long time since I even looked at my action figures. Like I said, since the late 90s. This stuff's been bagged and boxed since the late 90s. And there's like probably 40 tubs down the basement, 30 tubs. 2 of them are full of action figures, or just weapons. And I say just weapons, I mean, they're just weapons because they're all separate too. They're all rearranged weapons too. What's that? I'm not sure. Is that? No. No, that's not He-Man. And there's some smaller figures in here. There's a little, what's that, Zorba? Hercules. There's some more of that stuff. Yeah, there's some interesting crap. I say crap, but I mean, there's some very interesting stuff in here. And there's a lot of it, like I say. When I say a lot, just in this tub alone, what would you say is here? Maybe, I don't know, 100 figures? 150? 150 figures? Maybe 200? I'll have to count them, actually. Quickly when I throw them back in the tub. So there's what you got there. You got a big tub full of figures, and they're all actually wrapped, which makes things better because they're not getting damaged. I'm in a little bit of the dark here, so I don't know how the lighting's doing here, but on the video, but I'm sure you can understand where I'm coming from. Ninja Turtles. God, tubs of Ninja Turtles I got down there. The big ones, the little ones. I remember all the sizes, the pinks, you know, all the Rangers. Very cool stuff. Action figures, yeah, I definitely have a lot of action figures. When I say a lot, I spent 25 years. If you look at my stuff on my posts, you wonder where I found the time, but I did. Every Saturday morning, had my coffee at 6 o'clock in the morning. I was at the first house. I had a whole list of where I was going. Spent days doing that. I used to take days off and switch my days around just at work, just to the steel company, just so I could go out hunting every Saturday morning at garage sales. All the guys that worked in it. I'd come home with a carload every day. Or every Saturday morning. It was pretty crazy. I don't know how the wife put out. Yeah, that's how I got the 50,000 records and millions of stamps and marbles. You name it. So there's quite a lot of action figures there. And like I said, just this little group alone has some very interesting figures in it. And I say interesting, meaning this stuff is almost unheard of these days. Knockoffs that are now being wanted because they're actually aren't that rare and I guess interesting when you put them all together. Look at that, looks like Tarzan, but not quite. No, that should be that. It might be Tarzan. It might be a little later, Tarzan. Okay, that's it. That's enough of that. Action figures, yeah, great stuff. It is too. It's fun. We had our day. All those freaking toy in that 2 toy rooms. Wow. I wish I could find some pictures of that stuff. I don't know where it all went. Anyhow, should be around somewhere. We'll find it one of these days. Okay.